We're back! Hello everyone, my name is Scott. Around these parts they call me the Professor. And this is the Movie Reviewers 100 collaboration channel. If you're watching this video, you're probably already subscribed to us. Because this channel's been actually inactive. The videos, anyway, have been active for quite some time. But lately, those of us who have been members of this channel have noticed a little something happening with our Facebook page. It's been getting more views lately. What's going on? I don't know. Could it have something to do with the fact that recently I posted a playlist of all my videos for this channel on my own personal channel? I have no idea, but we are going to get back underway here. Now, it's a busy time of year, of course, with the holidays coming up and everyone's sort of, eagerly awaiting Star Wars and making as many videos about Star Wars as they possibly can. So the channel is going to get started again kind of slowly. I am one particular member who's planning on posting each week. And as some of the other members of the channel may hold off on posting new videos and reviews until the new year. We shall see about that. But in the meantime, at least you have me. There have been a lot of changes in the membership of this channel over the years. I don't know exactly when it got started, but I joined up in 2011. I was invited to do so by Big Al 1982, who started the channel. I've been making videos off and on for the channel since then. Of course, there was sort of we had sort of a long period of time, starting like early this year, January or February, where, we just sort of stopped. But we're going to start up again. And we did have these themes that we touched on every week, although that wasn't always the case. I personally really like the themes because it really sort of narrows my choices down. Making a new video or review of a movie each week is difficult when you have so many to choose from and no real guidelines. But we did have themes, and we invited people to contribute their own ideas, the viewers, I mean. And so we would get, ideas like a Best Buddies Week, for example. That was one of the submissions that we had. And I don't know if Horror Comedy Week was a submission, but that was one as well. Basically, a genre or a particular franchise or a director or actor or some sort of aspect of movie making was the focus for a particular week. And all you had to do basically was just, find a movie that sort of related to that in some way. So we had this list with themes that we got partway through but didn't get to all of them because we left off with Martin Scorsese week. But the next theme on the list was Kidnapping, and so I thought that I would take this time to talk about a film that's in theaters right now and is very, very highly acclaimed and will probably get a few award nominations in the new year, and that is called Room. This is not to be confused with The Room, which is a film that was directed by Tommy Wiseau and has since become sort of one of those midnight cult films that people like to go to and, have this sort of Rocky Horror Picture Show type relationship with, whether they repeat dialogue or that they react to what's happening on screen vocally or they throw spoons in the auditorium, things like that. This is not that movie. It's a drama that is based on a novel by Emma Donoghue, also called Room, and she actually adapted her own book for the screenplay. The director is Lenny Abrahamson, and it stars Brie Larson from Short Term 12 and The Spectacular Now, and she had a role in 21 Jump Street as well as the main character. She is a young woman living with her 5-year-old son Jack in what they call Room. It's a space that's about 10 foot by 10 that has a bed and a sink and a closet and a bathtub and a stove and a heater and a little TV. And they spend all their time in there, all their time in this one little space that they call Room. They eat in there, they sleep in there, they exercise in there, they play games. And they've been in there for a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, the woman, who I believe her name might be Sharon or Joy, I can't remember exactly, because this film is told from the perspective of her child. And her child, Jack, of course, calls her Ma, rather than her actual name. She has been in this room since before he was born. And what we learn, basically, gradually over the course of the first few minutes of the movie, when this other character, whom they call Old Nick, comes in to drop off supplies, and interact briefly with the mother while her son is hidden away in the closet out of Old Nick's reach. And then he leaves again and locks the door with a code so that they can't get out. What we learn is that they are captives of Old Nick. And that Old Nick as she explains to her son earlier in the movie, old Nick abducted her when she was about 17 years old, and she's been living in this room under lock and key for the last 7 years, and gave birth in there to her son, of course. This man impregnated her, basically, and she has been living there and caring for her son, raising her son in this small space this entire time. Now, this is similar to a couple of real-life cases that was inspired by the novelist Emma Donoghue. Took inspiration from one particular real-life case, but I was sort of reminded of a couple of reports on the news that I have seen the last couple of years about people being freed of their captors after long periods of time, years, and they have children. Which they had because their captors raped them and impregnated them, and so yeah, there's some similarities to some real life cases, but this is fiction. So if you don't know about this movie, if you haven't seen the trailer or are interested in this film, I would recommend not learning any more about it before you go to see the film itself, because how things play out, maybe you don't want to know too much about what happens in the story. But what I will tell you is that since her son, Jack, has now turned 5 years old, he's getting more and more curious about what's happening in the world around him. And what she's been telling him is that the world consists entirely of room, of this one space that they live in. And that all the images they see on TV are imaginary, and that the one window that they have, which is skylight looking straight up, is just basically to let light in, and there's nothing out there, there's nothing out there outside. But she realizes the more questions that he asks, she's going to have to explain to him what's been happening, and what the specifics, the reality of her situation, rather than trying to keep him safe. Because she knows sooner or later, she's going to have to try and figure out a way to get out of there. And she needs, her son to know what the circumstances are before any sort of plan that she has can be successful. So I'm not going to say any more than that, other than this is a really good movie. It's quite emotional, and I'm really hopeful. Brie Larson's a terrific actress. I'm hoping that she gets a few nominations from different places for this. That's my review, and there's another theme next week, and like I said, I'll be posting every single week. I don't know about the other guys at this point. I know a lot of them are really busy, but hopefully we'll see more videos, more per week than just one, soon. So I hope that you'll tune in for that. I hope that you'll keep up with us, and I hope that if you haven't already, you'll visit our Facebook page. And if not on that page, then in the comments section of the videos, leave us ideas for further themes that we could explore in our reviews. Again, actors, actresses, directors, genres, franchises, whatever strikes your fancy. What would you like to see a review on? Yeah, but make it sort of a generalized so that more than one, because obviously you don't want let's do a review of I remember the first week that I joined up, everybody did a review of Scream 4. This was it had just come out, and so every single video that week was on Scream 4. We don't necessarily want to do that, that would get boring. Yeah, ideas are certainly welcome, and that would be terrific. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Appreciate it. Bye.